Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan. This is the 48th number part of the PHP. So one of the person told that World Bank basically has done the mistake that we basically know that right now. Basically, after this watching video, basically we know that basically World Bank has done the mistake basically by creating the products basically. So one of the person told that how how much money basically the World Bank might be getting. According to that only basically they will create the stuff basically. That also basically might be correct. That's why basically they might not have created these products basically. That also is possible. So anything basically is possible. One person basically is doing some mistake, so there might be possible that he might be knowing that mistakes are there basically, but he should get the investment basically. So he might not be getting the money. For example, one person, YouTube person basically is uploading the videos, but he is not getting the return. So what he will do basically for that, according to that only basically he is going to upload the video. So these all are the stuff basically. So same way basically one person told that it might possible that World Bank basically might not be knowing, and it might possible that they might be knowing, and if they know that basically this type of error basically they have done, then they have to write down in some documents basically, so that this all are the stuff basically which we have supposed to do basically, but we have not done due to financial crisis. So one of the person told that World Bank basically can face the financial crisis 100% na basically, because they are also basically working. They are also basically working with World Bank is also basically comes under the many people basically. So whatever investment they do, according to that only basically the stuff is going to work. So again back to the array topic. Create array. Create array means you can say you can create the array basically. How basically that we will see in example. Access array. Access array means array is created. In that basically 12 arguments basically are there of the data, and you are basically accessing the that 12 data basically. Updating the array. Updating the array means one person told that in second number index array basically these all are the data, so you are basically updating it. Add array item basically, you can add the array items. So dynamic basically removing the array items and sorting the array items. So see the example of array basically, you are creating the array. Array is the internal keyword basically. In that basically you are creating the array. So this is the array name. These all are the values. Four different data types in the array. 1, 2, 3 and 4. See basically this is the array, and you basically told it's a counting the array items basically. So programming basically, when you basically do the programming, that time basically whatever things basically comes into the requirement. So first of all basically one of the person told that you should majorly basically know the functions basically, otherwise basically you will recreate the function and unnecessary basically your time will get waste basically, because functions basically are there basically, but you are creating the function again that is basically given name as a user defined function basically. But PHP basically never checks basically this function basically which is created as a user defined, that is already created basically. So that type of AI tool basically is not available in the PHP market basically. So that basically, but this type of thing basically people never do basically. People basically never do. But then also mistakes happens from the public only. Indexing, PHP index array. See basically accessing index array. From 0 basically the index starts basically, and in somewhere basically it starts from 1 also basically. In PHP also basically in some version basically it starts from 1. That also basically I saw basically because I worked with the PHP since many times, so it might be possible, and it's not 100% sure basically. But some .NET basically, or basically in Oracle, or basically in Java basically, it starts from 1 also basically, somewhere basically. Exactly I don't know where, from where basically. So 0 means this value. But in some other programming language it's given 1, so it's 1 this. If it's here basically it's given 1, then it's this. So in some PHP basically, language basically, version basically, it's, so see the argument basically, change the value of the array. Looping the indexes basically. So for each loop basically is there. So entire array value basically I want to print. So how basically I can? So this way basically you can print the data. Index number. So array push basically creates one more data into. So it's, this is like insert a row basically. Insert row, or basically insert data basically into the database. So this basically array basically say that we are basically inserting one more data basically. New item basically, right? New item with get the 3 indexes. So see basically everything is basically connected into the arrays only basically. So these all are the syntax basically. Like this also basically you can use the array. You can change the array value also. So there are many ways basically given in this book basically. You can basically this also basically I have taken from some one website basically, and few things basically I have added here. But you should know basically, that is the stuff basically. You should know basically what are the things basically, how to create the array, what is function, what is the procedure, what is the index, what is the database, what is the integer, what is the variable type. This all thing basically you should know. So that basically whenever you are doing the program, that time basically you just have to use the stuff basically. If you know that basically this function is available in the PHP market, then basically you are not supposed to create the index basically again. Sorry, function basically again. Otherwise basically you will recreate the function, and again basically you will get into the trouble. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.